in the news. Operatives of the Nigeria Police Force today dispersed protesters with tear gas in the Maitama area of Abuja. The protesters who had gathered to express their grievances were thrown into disarray as the tear gas canisters sent many scampering for safety. The protest, part of a nationwide demonstration spearheaded by the Take It Back movement and other civil society organizations, began earlier in the day to draw attention to several national issues. Key among the concerns raised by the organizers are the alleged misuse of the Cybercrime Act, the worsening economic hardship in the country, and what they described as a state of emergency in Rivers State. The National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu says the federal government is determined to find a lasting solution to the incessant attacks and killings in Plateau State. Speaking during an operational visit of the Boko's local government area of the state, Ribadu promised to end the killings. You'd recall that over 50 persons were killed within a week in attacks over 5 communities that left over 300 houses burned by suspected herdsmen. In business, Nigeria spent a total of 13.12 trillion naira on debt servicing in the year 2024, representing a 68% increase from the 7.8 trillion naira recorded in the previous year. Reports say the debt servicing cost recorded in 2024 surpassed the budgeted allocation of 12.3 trillion naira for the year. The higher-than-expected expenditure highlights the increasing pressure of debt obligations on the nation's fiscal sustainability. For the 2025 budget, the federal government has earmarked 16 trillion naira for debt servicing, reflecting the government's anticipation of continued debt-related expenses. The Saudi Stock Exchange was down 6.78% at the weekend. President Donald Trump's tariff offensive, unleashed this week, has sparked a global stock market rout, also raising fears of a general trade war and recession. Reports say the Saudi stock index closed trading nearly 7% down, losing more than 800 points at the weekend. In sports, AC Milan winger Samuel Chukwueze says the team's ambition comes first, despite his yearnings for more game time with the Italian giants. We're here ahead of the 2-2 draw against Fiorentina at the weekend. The Nigerian was tipped to get his first start in recent times, having done well off the bench lately, but he was missing from Sergio's starting lineup. The Nigerian, who only commenced 8 Serie A games recently, has started from the bench. Chukwueze has featured in 32 games across all competitions for Milan this season, scoring 5 goals plus 1 assist. After 6 days of training, the Nigeria Table Tennis Federation will today select a 4-man squad for the 24 cadet players who took part in the National Hopes Week to form the Nigerian contingent for the 2025 ITTF Africa Hopes Week and Challenge. The event, which began April the 2nd, combined extensive training with competitive matches for 25 cadet players from across Nigeria at the National Stadium in Lagos. The 2025 ITTF Africa Hopes Weekend Challenge is a platform for young table tennis players in nurturing the next generation of African talent, developing skills, and preparing players for the Continental and World Hopes Week competitions. The challenge is scheduled for July in Lagos. And now some cheering news and entertainment as Nigerian gospel artist Nathaniel Bassey, Mercy Chinwo and Moses Bliss have written their names in gold on the global music scene, ranking among the most streamed Nigerian acts on YouTube Music for the first quarter of 2025. Reports said Nathaniel Bassey secured 52.8 million streams, Mercy Chinwo followed closely with 46.4 million, and Moses Bliss 41.5 million. While Mercy Chinwo's most popular track, Excess Love, has garnered 133 million plays, making it one of her standout songs. On the other hand, the Q1 2025 ranking saw Rima's continued dominance, with other leading Nigerian artists including Burna Boy, Davido, Wizkid and Ira Star also making significant appearances in the top 20 most streamed artists.
That's the news.